Hello everyone, welcome to the online class of Environmental Studies. I am Kirtika Singh, your EVS teacher, and I hope you all are fine at your home.
So, let us start our new lesson, that is lesson number 2, Sense and Sensitivity. In this lesson, we will discuss the following topics: introduction, sense organs, our likes and dislikes, the differently abled, Braille, Louis Braille, the story of Helen Keller in the last recap shots. Introduction. Before coming to the topic of sense organs, you all must know what is organ. The organ is the part of the body of living organism that have been adapted to perform a specific function. In the picture, you are able to see the different organs. They are brain, stomach, lungs, heart, liver, kidney, etc. These organs play a very important role to carry out the different life processes, such as brain controls our thoughts, memory and speech, movement of legs and arms. Lungs help us to breathe. Heart is involved in the circulation of the blood in our body, and so on. Sense organs. Sense organs are the part of the body enabling information from the outside world to be received through the specific receptors that are connected to the brain by the nerves. The five sense organs are eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. It is shown in the picture. Eyes are the organ of sight. It tells us about the colors, shape, size, distance, and position of things. Ears are the organ of hearing. They tell us about the kind of sounds that we can hear: loud, soft, sharp, dull, pleasant, and unpleasant. The nose is the organ of smell. It can sense both good fragrance and bad smell. We can breathe in and out through the nose. Tongue is the organ of taste. The tongue is able to detect the four basic tastes: salty, sweet, bitter, and sour. Tongue helps us to speak also. Skin is the organ of touch. It helps us to feel heat, cold, hard or smooth, rough or soft objects. It maintains the body temperature also. Our likes and dislikes. If we look around, there are different people and everyone has their own likes and dislikes because the sense organ perform the same function for all, but brain interprets them differently according to the environment, traditions, family, regional and cultural influences. This is why our likes and dislikes are different. Let us understand this difference with few examples. In the picture you can see the John is playing with his father. John loves games and sports because his father runs a gymnasium and always encourages his children to take part in physical activities and keep fit. In this slide, you can see Sangeeta is with her mother. Sangeeta's mother is a musician trained in classical music, so there is an environment of music in their house. That's why Sangeeta has developed an inclination towards music. Rohan and Ali are very good friends. Rohan and Ali stop by a restaurant. Rohan, being a Hindu Brahmin, is a vegetarian, so he goes for dosa. Ali belongs to a Muslim family. He is a non vegetarian and eats chicken curry. The two boys make different food choices because they have different taste on account of the habits they have cultivated from their families. Zeba and Vijayalakshmi are good friends. They decided to visit Nainital during the winter vacation. Zeba is comfortable because she is from Kashmir and she is used to the cold environment. Vijayalakshmi shivers and cannot tolerate the cold because she is not habituated to such a climate. The two girls adapt themselves to the cold climate in Nainital differently because of their different geographical backgrounds. By these four examples, we can understand that why our likes and dislikes are different. Environment, tradition, family, regional and cultural influences play a very important role in these differences. We all have heard that every person has a different perspective of viewing something. We can understand this with the story Elephant and the Blind Men. Six blind men come across an elephant. They have no idea what an elephant is. Each one of them touches the elephant and gives his perception. The first man who touches its leg said, "Elephant is like a pillar." The second man who touches its tail said, "Elephant is like a rope." The third man who touches the trunk said, "Elephant is like a thick branch of a tree." The fourth man who touches the ears said, "Elephant is like a big hand fan." The fifth man who touches the belly said, "Elephant is like a huge wall." The sixth man who touches the tusk said that elephant is like a solid pipe. So, by this story, we can say that every person has different way of viewing something. The differently abled people who cannot use a body part completely or easily are called differently abled people. People with disabilities do not want to be pitied or to be differently behaved with. They just want to live a normal life. The visually impaired have to be guided, the mentally challenged need to be assisted, and physically challenged need help to get things done for him or her. We can care for mentally and physically challenged people in the following ways. We can read out books or newspaper to the people who are visually impaired. We can help them cross the road. We can help them in their daily chores. We can play games with them. We can invite them to the birthday parties, picnics, and various festive occasions. We can motivate them to go to school and study. We can motivate them to develop a hobby. We have to play our part in helping them survive in this world with dignity and ease. A friendly handshake or a warm smile can do a lot and build up confidence in a person. We should not pity them or feel sorry for them. This would make them feel inferior. We can just ask for help if they need any. For every human being, dignity and respect are the foremost things. No one desires to be looked down upon or pitied by others. Braille. Braille is a writing system that helps people read by feeling with their hands. It has six raised dots made in different combinations on the paper that represents letters, punctuation marks and symbols. You can see in the picture the hands recognize what the sequence of dots represents, and by connecting the dots, words and sentences are formed. Braille is read by moving the hands from left to right along each line, usually by using the first finger of the both hands. Louis Braille. The Braille script was invented by Louis Braille, who lost his eyesight in an accident at the age of 10. By Braille, hearing and visually impaired person could get education. The story of Helen Keller. Helen Keller could not see and hear, but she has an extraordinary sense of touch. She was able to continue her education and later she became an author. To achieve this success, her teacher, Annie Sullivan, taught Helen to read Braille. One day she took Helen's hand and dipped it in water and spelled the word WATER on her palm. From then on, Helen learned to read and writing. Annie Sullivan also taught her to speak. Helen had lost the ability to speak because she had not heard the sounds for a long time. She touches her teacher's face and mouth when her teacher spoke, and then she would touch her own face and mouth to say the same word. It was a slow and difficult process, but finally Helen began to read and speak. Some other inspiring personalities. We come across many courageous people with various impairments who refuse to burden the society with their disability, who go on to live a fulfilling life. In this slide, the first picture is of famous musician and composer Ludwig van Beethoven. The second picture is of Stephen Hawking, who was a famous physicist, cosmologist, and author. The third picture is of Arunima Sinha, who is an Indian Mount Everest climber with a prosthetic leg. The fourth picture is of Sudha Chandran, who is a accomplished Bharatanatyam dancer. The fifth picture is of Ravindra Jain, who was an Indian musical composer, lyricist, and playback singer. Now, in the last recap shots, we are dependent upon our senses to perceive the environment, see, smell, touch, hear, and taste. When one or more of the senses fail, we realize their importance. People with disabilities should not be pitied or looked down upon. The sense organs perform the same function for all, but the brain interprets them differently according to the environment, traditions, family, regional, and cultural influences. This is why our likes and dislikes are different. Braille is a special script written on a thick paper with 1 to 6 raised dots. Helen Keller had an impaired hearing and vision but an extraordinary sense of touch.
This is all about the explanation of this lesson. Thank you so much. Stay home, stay safe.